I've just got my hands on the Inkbirdplus Air Quality Monitor, a 6-in-1 air quality monitor delivered to my home. I'll unbox this and I'll tell you a lot about what to look for when you purchase an air quality monitor to check your indoor air quality. So first of all, let me talk about the unboxing experience. This package was very weird. Actually, like I got this in a very generic cardboard box. That was not even a box. It was just like covered in cardboard, and this package itself was not sealed. So while I was ordering this from Amazon, I got the impression that probably it is a branded product. I think Inkbird is a fairly well-known brand in this air quality monitoring equipment space, but yeah, the unboxing experience was not that premium, and even this box, it was not even sealed, which is very surprising. It has no branding, so nothing. So it's a very generic package. I'm not even sure whether this is an actual product from the actual manufacturer itself. So here it doesn't say any brand name, no mention of Inkbird. I think like it's a very generic product. So here I think we have the quick start guide, which has the product information, the specification, and so on and so forth, which we will talk more about in some moment. And this is the product itself, but before that, let me check what is inside this. Yeah, I think they have provided a USB charger. So this one is a USB A to USB C charger. So it's a good thing that it has a USB C charger, so that you can plug in any of the charging cable that you have that you generally use with your phone. So let's keep all these aside, and let me first of all talk about what to look for when you when you are trying to purchase a air quality monitor for your home. And before that, I get a lot of queries about whether air quality monitor is required or not, and I'll also talk about why I went with this particular product and why I went with air quality monitor at the first place. So you might know that you can download different AQI monitoring apps and all, which can typically tell how much is the air quality index in your particular area. But that's the outdoor air quality. And just to remind you, the outdoor air quality, especially in South Indian states, it's pretty good. It's satisfactory, I would say. So anything below 50 is considered to be good. Anything between 50 and 100 is satisfactory. Anything above 100 is bad for sensitive peoples. Anything above 150 is bad. And I think like anything above 200 is very bad, and anything above 250 is hazardous. So that's how the outdoor quality goes. So people might think that especially in South Indian cities, generally the air quality index is between 50 and 100, and because of that they might think that okay, maybe I don't need an air quality air filter, or I don't need to check the air quality within my home, which is indoors. But let me tell you that the air quality within your home might be anywhere between 2 times to 1,000 times worse than the air quality that is outside. So it's pretty important to know how your air quality within your room is, to have a fair idea about whether you are living in a very good space. So I've always talked about how important it is to take care of yourself, and I think beyond everything, probably your diet, exercise routine, these and all will definitely play a big role in your health. But beyond everything, I think the air that you breathe in is going to be the primary thing. So knowing about the quality is very important. Now let me talk about what are all that you should look for while buying an air quality monitor. So the main things that you want to check whenever you go for any air quality monitor is that you should check whether it has sensors for detecting different kinds of pollutants, if I'm allowed to call that. So what are all the different kind of pollutants? First one is the particulate matter. So these are like tiny particles which are suspended in air, and if you breathe that in, it might go inside your lungs, inside the alveoli, and it might affect your lungs in the long term, which can lead to different kinds of complications. So the particulate matter itself, it can be of 1 micron in size, it can be of 2.5 micron in size, and it can be of 10 micron in size. So these three are actually measured in different sensors. So you need to ensure that whether your device has a particulate matter detection sensor, and especially the PM 2.5, that is like the gold standard of air quality. That is what is generally considered to be a gold standard. So you need to ensure that whether that is there. The second important thing is to know whether the indoor air, how much concentration of different gases are there. So for example, you need to know about how much carbon dioxide is there in your indoors. Similarly, how much carbon monoxide is there, how much nitrous oxide is there. So but you need to check whether there are sensors for these things, because especially carbon monoxide poisoning and all can definitely lead to very, very bad results, and even carbon dioxide poisoning can lead to worse results. And indoors, especially when you stay indoors for a long time and you shut your windows and remain that way for a very long time and turn on AC and all, what will happen is after a long period of time the concentration of CO2 might go up inside the room. So you need to monitor that as well. Carbon monoxide, it generally doesn't the carbon monoxide poisoning, the chances of that happening is very rare, but it is more lethal than carbon dioxide poisoning. So if that sensor is there, that is also very important. The third one that you need to check is a couple of compounds. The first one is formaldehyde. So formaldehyde poisoning, it might happen due to different things like new furniture, pressed wood, and so on and so forth. And also you need to check for the total volatile compounds. So there are different sensors for these things. The total volatile compound concentration might go up because of different things like paints. It might also go up because of these room fresheners and other sprays that you might use. So this can also affect your lungs. So you need to ensure these three things, whether particulate matter sensor is there, especially if it is 2.5 micron particulate matter sensor. Similarly, sensors for carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and so on and so forth, if they are there. And also whether there is sensors for total volatile compounds, it is also called TVOCs, and also formaldehyde, which is also called as HCHO. So if a product has all these, that is a very good all-around product. But mostly like any product which has all these sensors are going to be extremely costly. So what I went with is a particular product which has sensors for the ones that might have a very high chance of happening. So that is, I have bought this product which has sensors for detecting PM 2.5 and PM 10, which is particulate matter, and also it has carbon dioxide sensors. So those are three sensors: PM 2.5, PM 10, and then carbon dioxide. But it says 6 in 1. That's because it also tells you the air quality index, which is typically that is derived from these three itself, these three sensor reading itself. So that's the fourth one. And it also has temperature sensors and also the humidity sensor. So that's why it is 6 in 1. So let's unbox the product. So this is how it looks. Yeah, here it has the branding. It says Inkbirdplus clearly here. So at least I'm a little bit relieved that yeah, this is actually an Inkbird product. But again, you can't really trust. I'm not sure yeah, really whether this is a legitimate Inkbird product. I'll probably use it and check it and tell you how accurate it is. So let's take a look at the product itself. This is the front. It has the Inkbird branding, but other than that, it has nothing. I think there is a pre-installed screen protector, which I'll keep as it is. We'll check the sides. These sides are clear. It has the vents for intaking air, so that it can measure it. The top has a couple of buttons. First one is a power button, this one. So you press and hold it for like 5 seconds, it'll turn on the device. This is for adjusting the time, I believe. I'm not sure. I'll let you know about that. So here it has the USB-C port for the charging cable, and similarly we have vents here as well. And on the back side it says PDH9 Seri air quality tester. I'm not sure what that is. It also says a built-in battery of 2400 mAh, and as far as I've read the reviews, it is good for one day if you charge it to 100%. Also says its input should be 5 volt 1 ampere, so you can charge it with even the basic 5 watt adapter that you used to get with old iPhones and all. So that's how the product looks. Let's see if it turns on. Yep, it does. So this is how it looks. So here it has the temperature sensor. Here it says the PM 2.5 concentration. So this is generally there are levels for these things. So I'm not sure if they've written the levels here, how much is safe and all. Let's check. I'm not sure it is there, but yeah, there are different levels which you can probably Google. I'll leave a link which says that. So if it is beyond that levels, it's probably alarming. Similarly, we have PM10 over here and the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, if I remember right, anything beyond 1400 is a very bad quality of air. Similarly, like you have the temperature sensor here and the humidity sensor here. Let's check out how we can adjust different things. So this is the power on and power off, so it just turns off the screen and all, and if you press and hold it, it turns off the device, it shuts off the device. So now I'm going to talk about the operations of this particular product. So first of all, you might see that there is a hole over here which is for the reset button. So in fact, if you have any of the any sharp item, and if you can put that sharp item into this hole, you can actually reset the device. So that's what that is for. And what you can do with this plus button, if you press it once, it changes this reading, the temperature reading, to Fahrenheit. So currently it's Celsius, but if I press it once, it changes to Fahrenheit. So that's the usage of that. Similarly, this minus button, it actually changes this display. Now it is displaying the time, so it can display the date and it can display the year as well. I'm not sure why it's set to 2095, but that's how it is while it is coming out of the box. So to change the time, what the user manual suggests, or the quick start guide suggests, is that you press the button, the minus button, twice. But I've tried it multiple times. I'm not able to actually able to set it. So yeah, that's a weird thing that I found out. I'm unable to set the time. It's actually showing everything wrong. The time is also wrong, the date is also wrong, and the year is also wrong. So I'm not sure why I'm not able to set that, but yeah, that's something that I have observed. So if you know any method to set this particular timer and all, let me know in the comments. I've also tried to long press it, and that also doesn't yield any results. And finally, there is one more thing that you can do. If you long press the plus button, it turns on an alarm. So what this alarm does is, or this buzzer does is, if the air quality goes beyond 100, so 0 to 50, like I told, is a good range, so that's this green area, and 50 to 100 is acceptable or satisfactory. So right now it is 55, which means that the air quality in my room currently is satisfactory, and anything above 100 is not really good. So this one, when you turn on the buzzer, if the air quality goes beyond 100, it sets off an alarm. So you can just turn it off by long pressing this. Now one more thing that you can do is, once you switch this off, you can press this for 5 seconds to switch this off. Then what you can do is, you can long press these 3 buttons for I think around a couple of minutes. I'm not sure how much time you have to hold it, but you have to hold it a really long time. And once you do that, it enters the calibration mode, with which you can calibrate the readings as well. So that's about the operations. Now I'll also talk about the price. So this particular device, it cost me 5,999, so that's around 6,000 rupees. And I found that for a relatively known company like Inkbird, as far as my research goes, I found that Inkbird is fairly reliable player in this particular space, and a price of 5,999 with different sensors like PM 2.5, PM10 and CO2, it's a fairly good price, I would say. Now I'll talk about the sensors within this one. So there are 3 sensors, like I told, mainly which measures the air quality, and a couple of them are for humidity and temperature. I won't go into details of that, but for PM 2.5 and PM10, they haven't actually disclosed what sensor tip they are using in this particular device, but most of the consumer devices will use PMS 5002 or PMS 7002 sensors, and those two are very reliable when it comes to PM 2.5 and PM 10. So I assume that this one will also be using the same sensor. And for the CO2, it uses a non-dispersive infrared sensor, which is actually a very accurate sensor. So at least the CO2 level, I feel that is very accurate. And for checking the accuracy of PM 2.5 and PM 10, what I'm going to do is to turn on and fire an incense stick, and then like check out how accurate the readings are going to be. So again, I don't recommend any of you doing this at home. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video, so just watch along and don't try it. So if I'm guessing it right, when I turn on this and I place this device near this incense stick, the air quality should shoot up, especially the PM 2.5 and PM 10 should shoot up. So let's see that, whether that is happening. There you go. So as you can see, as and when I'm burning this particular incense sticks, the air quality is getting worse, and now it should get even worse. So let's see what is happening. It's actually turned off, that's why it is going down right now. Let's see that again. So let's see whether the air quality shoots up. It ideally should. So there you go, it quickly shoots up. Now let's see. So I've just turned this thing off, and as you can see, the air quality is going crazy. So I think 500 is the maximum, that's why like it is stopping at 500.
It's not 3 Röntgen. It's 15,000.
So let's see. Yep, it's very high, and as you can see, the PM 2.5 and PM 10 are very high. So that would mean that this device is fairly accurate. So let me turn this off. So alright, so that's about the first impressions and my explanation about this particular product. So this is again the Inkbirdplus Air Quality Monitor. If you want to purchase this, the links will be down below. Until I see you in the next video, this is Param signing off. Thank you so much for watching.